Bon dia, good morning. Dawn Patrol here in Saquarema for the Corona Saquarema Pro presented by Banco Do Brasil. And this is final stop of the Challenger Series. Stop number 6 and a lot of preparation already happening this morning. Macy Callahan's here prepping up. Luana Silva, she's got a chance to qualify for the championship tour. She's got to make a few heats here as well. Chilly waters this morning. We had some upwelling happening, so full suits are the choice of today. Whoa, there's a gold medalist, Kauli Voss. We're going to see the Tahitian in competition here. Yo-Yo, Yolanda Hopkins also chasing, and right there, the teenage phenomena, Aaron Brooks, so close to qualifying for the championship tour. We're about a couple hours outside of Rio de Janeiro proper in the Maracanã do Surf, the natural stadium of surfing here in Saquarema. Thank you and welcome to the set. I'm Kaipo Girl, along with Maida Pops and Mitchell Salazar. So excited to be here, Maida. It's great to come here for the CT, but also coming back for the Challenger Series, where we still got some slots open. 2 just to be decided for the women for Championship Tour, 7 for the men.
Yeah, we are so excited to have you guys here and all these great surfers. We have amazing week ahead of us, and we are very excited for it.
I'm excited. You know, the waves here are very consistent, Mitchell, but the waves are going to provide cheers and or tears as we look through this entire week of competition. This is the final shot to make the championship tour for all these surfers.
Yeah, and the most important event of the year, too. When you look at pressure, this is kind of one of those catalyst moments for a lot of these people that are looking to qualify. As you said, though, there's plenty of opportunities out there in the water, especially today. The last few days have been pumping out here. Kaipo, looking forward to seeing what's going to happen today.
Well, this wave takes in a lot of swell, and that's why it's a surf center here in Brazil. Let's take a look at the virtual eye as we zoom down from high above, orbiting in space down to Brazil. Saquarema, like I said, just east of Rio de Janeiro proper. There you go. It's a couple-hour drive to this beautiful surf city, Maida.
Yeah, 2-hour drive from Rio de Janeiro. Pretty easy to get here. This beautiful landscape, the lagoon and the river that comes out like right next to Barrinha and builds all the sandbar to have this good wave of Itaúna.
Yeah, great. The geography, the bathymetry, the river, the lake there, Mitchell, providing ample sand flow that flows through this entire beach, and it's just peaks up and down this beach. It likes a variety of different swells as well.
Yeah, and it's a wave magnet, so anything from 2 to 20 feet is something that's going to break here. Luckily for us, that lagoon's been flowing the last couple of months and has provided great sandbars up and down the beach, but especially here on the north end, where we look at those 2 swell directions, primarily a southeast in the water this morning, but to me, it's just Itaúna being one of the most consistent breaks on the entire coast of Brazil. Should be real fun moving into the event.
Yeah, and there we are flying over. You can see the iconic Nossa Senhora de Nazaré, the church there. Now it's time to welcome another member of our broadcast team. Manu Caiado is there with the My Terra morning call, and she's with Travis Logie.
Hello, Kaipo. Hello, everybody. Good morning. What a beautiful day. So happy to be back here in Saquarema. So as you were talking, we have the church right here in the back. Such a beautiful day. A little bit of fog, but the waves are pumping. Good morning, Travis. What do you have for today?
Morning, Mano. Yeah, as you said, the waves are really fun. It's pumping out there. So the plan is 16 heats today, men's round 1, followed by women's round 1. Should be a great day.
And what about the week? Because we have a long week to go.
We have a long week to go. The forecast looks challenging, but we'll get through it. There's some really good days right in the middle of the waiting period. So we'll take advantage of that for sure. And today, swell size-wise, looks like one of the better days of the window. So happy to capitalize on that.
And it's very important to be here. We're sending a lot of surfers to the championship tour. And how does that feel for everybody? It is heavy, or in Saquarema everything is fun?
No, it's all come down to this. The pressure's really on. This is a lot of surfers' last chance to make the CT for next year. So, every heat's so important, and we'll be keeping an eye on things. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting event.
Thank you very much. So a lot of emotions here in Saquarema. Back with you guys.
Thank you, Manu. Thank you, Travis. So we got opening round, men and women going through. There you can see the rock outcropping and our event site. It got a lot of activations as well throughout this weekend. But it's on, Mitchell, and looking pretty good. Like Travis said, a little bit of a challenging forecast as we dig into our surf line forecast.
Well, it ain't called the Challenger Series for nothing, Kaipo. So fun south-southeast swell due today. It'll be a little bit smaller tomorrow, but I still think there's going to be a good amount of swell. As you can see there, though, that blob has been activating the last couple of weeks, but especially heading into next week, we do see shorter periods swell, which is still good out here. Fun windows at times. Today, though, looks epic. 3 to 5 feet offshore in the morning, slightly onshore in the afternoon, but as we all know, a beach break, you can surf it in all different types of conditions.
Yeah, we've seen typically a left, but we've seen rights come into play at this current sandbar situation. Mitchell, taking a look at our long-term 4-day forecast.
Well, Monday through Wednesday next week looks incredible. Sunday, onshore all morning. We do see some tropical activity coming through towards this weekend, but as you can see right there, Monday all the way to Wednesday, Kaipo, it looks pretty darn good for how it gets out here at Itaúna.
Oh yeah, it's very, very consistent. A lot of opportunities. We'll find those windows. Thank you to Surfline for all the data that they provide to us. Maida, this week, the World Surf League announced some big news, and the big news is it's out. The 2025 schedule is out. We know what's going to happen. Multiple stops, an extended period before we have that mid-season cut. Let's take a look at our championship tour for 2025.
Yeah, amazing calendar right there. I'm really looking forward for Jeffreys Bay. It's such a nice place, rippable wave. And last time we've been there, we saw Felipe Toledo put in a show, so it will be very interesting to see it back. And also if Felipe comes back also.
Yeah. Taking a look there, Mitchell, after Margaret River, that's where we're going to have the cut. So 7 events before that mid-season cut. After that cut, and we have a smaller draw, we're going to return to Trestles for a CT.
Yeah, that's an amazing moment for not only surfers in North America, I think for fans worldwide to be able to see lowers back on the schedule. Abu Dhabi, to me, is the real wild card in there, especially as the second event. Peniche being number 3. Once again, Punta Roca moves up a little bit. Now that's early April. But how about the finals in Fiji over there, Kai? I'm excited.
Fiji, Cloudbreak coming back into play. Truly, the Dream Tour has returned with all of those stops. It's going to be a busy, busy season.
Yeah,
I look forward to it.
So do I. I think it's going to be amazing, especially with the re-addition of Jeffreys Bay, as you said. I think the pool event is going to be the hardest one on the calendar for a lot of the rookies, too.
Yeah, well, our cast of characters have not been settled yet for that 2025 championship tour. 2 more women available, 2 more spots. We're going to talk about all of the women in the draws, the rankings, and the scenarios when we return to Dawn Patrol. What a year it's been on the Challenger Series for the women's. We got the call. We know we're running both opening round for the men and the women today here at the Corona Saquarema Pro, presented by Banco Do Brasil, Kaipo Grow, Maida Pops, Mitchell Salazar. And we got actually an extra, today's Children's Day in Brazil. So we actually have a family legends heat to finish off today. So we'll be running men's opening round, women's opening round, and that family legends heat to finish off today. But Maida, our focus right now is on the women's and the women's rankings because we got 3 spots taken out of those 5. Sally Fitzgibbons, Bella Kenworthy, Isabella Nichols already on the championship tour. But the battle is with the rest of this top 10 that we're looking at.
Yeah, we have 2 more spots left, and a lot of girls can qualify with the opportunity to qualify here, so it's going to be for sure a very tough competition.
Yeah, anywhere, a winner in any of these top 10 surfers has the possibility of that championship tour qualification. But Mitchell, Number 4, on the brink of qualification for the championship tour, is a teenager representing Canada. She's a phenomena that we haven't seen in a long time. I'm talking about Erin Brooks.
Yeah, and I'd say that outside of everybody on the championship tour, she's the one superstar that still hasn't qualified for the CT. As you can see right here, though, this is her championship win right here at Saquarema, which automatically re-qualified her for the Challenger Series in 2024. Conditions were tough on finals day, Kaipo. All three of us were here calling the event. It was chunky, it was bumpy, and of course, as always, we see the backwash come into play right here at Itaúna. She was able to handle it super well, going up against a very tough Sophie McCulloch, and winning with turns like this in dominant fashion. She was able to move herself into the top 10, and then guess what, Kaipa went straight into Snapper Rocks this year and won an event over there on the Goldie too.
You know, we throw around the word surfing prodigy often, but this is the real deal. A teenager, just a youngster. She's already won a championship tour event as a wild card this year in Fiji. There's so many accolades to Erin Brooks. She makes the quarterfinals. She's on tour. She's got to deal with that pressure, and we'll see how the teenager deals with it. But we got a couple more young surfers, like right behind Erin Brooks, number 6 on the rankings, the Tahitian. She's won a championship tour event. She wants to be full-time on the CT. I'm talking about Vahine Fierro Maida.
Yeah, for sure, Vahine Ferreiro, she built a lot of confidence for her, like winning the championship tour at her own break, Tahiti. And also, she has done good here before, like in 2022, she was 5th. In 2023, she was 9th. So it's just the matter of getting ready for it. And she must win the competition, like to qualify just by herself. But I'm pretty sure she's all capable of.
Yeah, there's a lot of scenarios coming into play, so we're paying attention to all those different scenarios. Event win will decide it for Vahine Fierro. Right behind Vahine is a crowd favorite, Luana Silva. She's number 7 on the rankings right now. She's got a chance to qualify again for the championship tour.
Yeah, again, Luana Silva is with her back against the wall here in Saquarema. She must win to qualify by herself. But, I mean, she knows this break pretty well. She made finals here during a QS in 2022. So she has been practicing a lot. I saw her out there all this couple days before the competition starts. So, yeah, it's just a matter of getting the right mindset for it.
She's been a standout in the warm-ups. Right behind Luana Silva, Mitchell, and number 8 in the rankings, San Clemente's Encinitas' Alyssa Spencer. Alyssa, she's also had success here. She won this event back in 2022.
Yeah, and she's always looked amazing at a break like this. Coming from Encinitas, Seaside Reef, there's a couple great beach breaks around the area, such as Oceanside Pier. I think the one common denominator that we've all seen Kaipo on a road to major victories has always been the incredible use of her bottom turn. And especially doing it out here, too, with managing the backwash, that is incredibly difficult to do.
Yeah, looking back at 2022, I got to go on record is this year with Alyssa, she was the top performer from her very first heat. She was a standout every time she hit the water, and she went all the way to a big victory here at Itaúna.
No doubt, and you got to replicate that kind of success by thinking about similar things that you had in 2022 that gave you that moment heading into the championship tour. But as you said before, she not only needs to win this event, she's dependent on other people's results too.
Alyssa getting ready for competition. We're going to step away from our Dawn Patrol right now. When we come back, we're going to talk about the men. The men in the drawer, and it's been the year of the Brazilians bouncing back. Welcome back to the Dawn Patrol for the Corona Saquarema Pro, presented by Banco Do Brasil. Center stage is surfing here at Itaúna Beach, but so many more activities happening this weekend, Maida.
Yeah, we have all these guys, like, we have everything happening here in Saquarema, a lot of fun, and all these people to qualify for the championship tour.
Yeah, we got it, and you know, we talked about the women's scenarios in the last block, Mitchell. Men's scenarios, 3 spots taken for the men, 7 available, but the field's wide open when we look at the rankings.
Well, and it's amazing kind of bounce back that the Brazilian men have had too. As you said, it was probably one of the most devastating moments last year when they saw so many people get so close to qualifying and so few were able to actually do it. Samuel Pupo has had an outstanding year. Once again, another victory in the last 2 seasons. Kaipo, he's looking for another one right here at home in Brazil. Have to give my hats off to Ian Gouveia, though. He qualified within the first 4 events. He's already back on the CT for 2025.
Yeah, that's right. Ian Gouveia, Sammy Pupo, Alejo Muniz, right behind them with a chance of getting on the championship tour, Maida. We look at the rankings. Edgar Grogia, Michael Rodriguez is right there, and Miguel Pupo looking to join his brother back on the CT.
Yeah, Miguel Pupo, I think he just needs to go to the quarterfinals to get qualified here in Brazil. So, yeah, very good opportunities for them. Many of the boys can qualify. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, great surfing. Like I said, Mitch, the bounce back for our Brazilian surfers. But it's not all Brazil. We got an exciting Australian who's came up 18 spots after semifinal finish over there in Ericeira. Joel Vaughn sitting at number 9, and he's done well here. He threw a perfect score out here at Itaúna in the past.
Yeah, massive alley-oop last year. Has had success, as he said, and I think him getting to his best result, the semifinal performance over there in Ericeira, is really big for his confidence. He's sitting inside of the top 10 right now, so number 9, he needs to defend that spot. He's gone on record on social media saying that he wants to be aggressive and not necessarily be defensive in the last event of the year. He's looking for his first major win. Could be his first one right here on the CS Kaipo.
Yep, sitting number 9 on the rankings, Joel Vaughn. Another Australian to look out for, George Patar. Also sitting number 5 in the rankings right now after Ericeira. But Ericeira, he gathered his throwaway, so it's going to be really important for Patar to perform here, Mitchell.
Yeah, and I think after his result at the U.S. Open, sitting at number 5 right now, I feel like it's going to be extremely difficult to knock him out of the top 10 right now. To me, he's almost a guaranteed place on the CT, and I think he's going to be a fantastic addition to the Championship Tour, especially knowing how good he is at certain waves, like Bells Beach, and of course over there at Margaret River too, Kipes.
Yeah, that's right. So a top 10 for the men. Move on to the Championship Tour. 11 through 20 get re-invited. They don't have to surf through the regional series at all, Maida. 11 through 20 for the men, back on the Challenger Series again in 2025.
Yeah, it's really important to be right there, to don't need to go to the QS. And one of them that I really think can jump to the top 10 is Callum Robson, because he jumped like 27 spots in Ericeira, and he surfing really suits this wave, so he one of those that can really jump ahead.
Who do you think is going to be jumping up on these rankings as we take a look, Mitch, into that top 10 scenario?
Yeah, I like Marco Mignot's chances. Quarterfinal finish last year was really close to qualifying for the CT. I think he eventually makes it into top 10 and becomes one of the few French surfers to qualify for the Championship Tour.
That's right. Well, those are the scenarios for the men and the women. We got more going on, however, for the World Surf League longboarding. A world title is going to be determined in El Salvador, likely today. We're going to revisit some of that longboarding as Dawn Patrol continues right after this. Sunzal, El Salvador, World Championships for longboard. Tune in worldsurfleague.com for all the updates there. We're going to crown men and women world champs there in El Salvador. Mitchell, Maida, myself, Kaipo Guerrero here, and we're talking about the Challenger Series. This is a final Challenger Series 2 more spots for the women to qualify, 3 spots taken. Let's take a look at some of the women's qualification scenarios, Maida.
Yeah, Erin Brooks needs to, she qualifies if she advances to quarterfinals. And Nadia Aerostadi, Fierro, and Luana Silva can qualify by winning the event. But Nadia Aerostadi, she made semifinals last year here. So we didn't talk about her that much during our program, but I really think she has a good chance to qualify.
Yeah, it's all going to come down to this event. We know we're having a women's opening round today, having the men's opening round. Speaking of men, Mitchell, let's take a look at our men's qualification scenarios because it's a lot more complex than the men. Top 10, move on. 3 spots already taken, all Brazilians. And we have, like I talked about it before, the Brazilian bounce back has been the story this year on the Challenger Series. Let's take a look at our qualification scenarios for the men.
Yeah, Miguel Pupo can automatically qualify if he advances into the round of 16. Edgar Groja would be a first-time Brazilian surfer to qualify for the CT if he makes it to the quarterfinals. Jackson Bunch, by the way, amazing year for him. Same scenario, George Pitar can clinch it as well. How about Al Cleland right there, though? He can automatically qualify if he makes it to the semis.
You know what's wild right now is Alan Cleland Jr. as well as Mikey McDonough have won Challenger Series events, but yet they find themselves below the cut line. They need to do some work right here. They put themselves actually in a really tough position, and you know what? It would be Jordy Lawler's in the same position as well. It would be just horrible. You go through your whole season with an event win and still not qualify for the championship tour. That's kind of the worst scenario.
It is, and you kind of get some sense of doubt when that happens, too. You start doubting yourself. You have a lot of throwaway events. And for Al Cleland Jr., he's right there on the cusp. Number 10, he needs to defend that number 10 spot and actually wants to advance a little bit more just to be able to get better seeding into 25 as well, Kaipo.
Yeah, but you want to look past the finish line, right, Mitchell? You want to be in that top 10 scenario and qualify for the championship tour. It all starts here